So, building muscle. What's the best rep range then? Let's talk about this video right now. Cue the intro. What's going on, guys? Gabriel Sey, aka The Truth. So, let's talk about what is the best rep range for building muscle. I think that this question, I get in my inbox constantly. There's quite a few questions I get in my inbox, but this is probably top five. So firstly, if any of you guys don't know what I mean by rep ranges, this is the amount of reps that you perform during a weightlifting exercise. So if you're doing bench press, you could do 4 reps. That is your rep range. So you're looking to get 4 reps. So when you go through all of these magazines and newspaper articles, who the hell reads newspapers anymore? Online articles and all that kind of stuff, you see all of this information. It's like the information highway. And you get off at one junction and this junction says, oh, well, you need to be doing low reps. No more than 4 reps will build your muscle. Then you're like, okay, cool. Then you get off at another junction and they go, oh, well, you need to be doing 6 to 7 reps. And it's just like information overload. You're not sure what to do, where to go, how to actually build lean muscle. But let's start by explaining each rep range. You'll commonly see these rep ranges. You'll have power. Power rep ranges, they say no more than 3 reps, sometimes 4. And then you have the mid range. So you have like strength. So this is like 5 or 6 maybe, kind of like 4 to 6 range. That's for strength build. I did that, but it actually is quite good for it. Ignore that. Okay, I don't know why I did it. So allow me in it. Then you've got the slightly higher, which is like the hypertrophy. So this is like muscle growth central. So if you want to gain muscle, you have to be doing 8 to 12 reps. They completely ignore 7. Like 7's like some banished Bermuda Triangle rep range that if you go in there, you'll disappear into oblivion. Ah! And then there's above that, which is, well, cardio in it. What I find the issue with the industry as a whole, I love the fitness industry. It is a great industry. Everyone's jumping on it. Everyone's like trying to better themselves. But a lot of the people that preach this information, it's like all or nothing in just one thing. It's just like, you have to do this and that's it. And the funny thing is, it's not like they're ignorant or anything like that. They're not purposefully trying to be a certain way. It's like, that's what they've done. That's what they've tried and that's what's worked for them. That's what they've worked with their clients. But I like to take a slightly different approach, because it's like when people say too much of everything is bad. If you drink too much water, that's bad as well. If you take too many of a certain type of vitamins, it suppresses the absorption of other vitamins. Too much of everything is bad, okay? So I just keep thinking, let me think of this logically. And there are quite a few people out there. Johnny Candido is a very good person. Omar Isuf is another good person. I'm gonna put the links to their channels in there. Never met them, would like to meet them, but yeah, I rate their stuff. I'm gonna put it in the description box. And when you hear the term periodization, everyone thinks, oh, powerlifting talk. I'm a bodybuilder. I eat chicken breast and broccoli and rice every 2 hours. And I'm just like, take the principles, understand the principles and apply it to what you're trying to do. So really it depends on the person. And when I say it depends on the person, let's use a few examples. So we've got someone who is very powerful. When I first met a guy called Jack McIntosh, world's strongest man, athlete, don't know where he's at now. Oh no, anyway, I saw him lifting weights that I just wouldn't have even dreamed. Like it was ridiculous, like pulling stupid amounts on deadlift with like quite bad form. You know, he had the coach who was trying to rectify that to help him lift more, but he was naturally powerful. So then if you're looking at someone like that to then go and do hypertrophy, that will gas him out. So if he was saying, I want to build lean muscle, I would want to translate that power into hypertrophy. But jumping straight from, say, 2-3 reps to 12, 8 to 15 reps, that's a big jump. Like his muscular endurance won't be able to handle it. So it's a transitioning phase. So if he went from power, which he's very good at, to then strength, which he's very strong anyway because he's very powerful anyway, but then it slowly increases that rep range. So you're still keeping the kind of weights that you're lifting there and transitioning it through to higher reps. So then when you get to higher reps, you're lifting more weight for more reps. The whole formula for muscle building is putting your muscle under a certain amount of load. If your muscle can handle more load over a period that, like over a certain amount of time, so that's where we talk about progressive overload, so you're constantly putting it under increased pressure. If you're lifting more, then you'll grow more because your muscle has to handle more. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you get what I mean? So everything has its place. So example number 2, say we've got someone who is like, let's use me as an example. When I first started training, I kid you not, I've said in a previous video, I tried to bench press, I think it was like, it was the bar. It wasn't even like a proper like free weight bar. It was a machine which was loaded with like 20 kilos. Brother, I couldn't even shift that. It was like this. And then I was just like, where do I go from this? Because my whole background was running, basketball, all that kind of stuff. Loads of like endurance, I wouldn't say endurance, but higher endurance than, you know, weightlifting would be. So I was always on the move. I was always doing that. I was skinny, I was gangly, that type of thing. So I then need to look at something different. What really helped me excel was what order did I do it in? So I did it strength. So I just wanted to build my general strength. So I was within that rep range. Then we moved to power and then moved to hypertrophy. So that was that was how I took it. I took it from there to there because my strength just wasn't so good, but my endurance was better. So if I went straight to power, I would struggle. But if I continuously build my strength and then go to power to then increase those 1 rep maxes, to then translate that 1 rep max percentage to hypertrophy, hey, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. And this is the problem. Everyone just wants to use one way, whereas one way doesn't always make sense. If someone told you that you could only drive your car straight, and there's loads of bends, but you need to go to your grandma's house and your grandma's house is left and they say, oh no, you have to go straight. Buddy Russ, I'm turning left. Well, it makes no sense. Like it's not just one thing for like muscle building, it's just this. Muscle building is simple, but at the same time, your approach can be complex or more complex than people think. Just because, I don't know, random name of a YouTuber, Elliot Hulse, he's a very good guy as well. But if he says, do this because it will help you, everything, even stuff that I say, you take everything with a pinch of salt and see how you can apply it to you. It's not like, this is my gospel. Thou shalt do this until I maketh gaineth. It doesn't work like that. So let's move to actionable steps that you can take from this. So find out what your strong point is. If your strong point is endurance, then you want to move more to, you don't want to go to the other end of the spectrum. The same way that if you're power, you don't want to go to the other end of the spectrum. If you're strength, you're in a very good position. You could move to hypertrophy, exhaust that for a little bit, and it'd be like, I want to increase my 1 rep max so I can take that percentage back through the ranks. Do a program where you increase your 1 rep maxes. Now you've conquered that weight, you can take that percentage and then run it through hypertrophy or strength or whatever. But think about it more systematically like that, if that makes any sense. But I don't want to ramble too long. I think I've been talking for about 10 minutes. It's really easy for me to talk for a long ass time. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks. Catch you guys later.
Whipping excursion. I gotta pick up that person. In the trap, whipping that working. You're not a gangster, you're just an internet version.